on this video, we are going to go over Slack, navigating through channels, DMs, and threads within those channels and DMs. So let's jump right in. We did go over setting up your profile and your preferences in a previous video. So if you haven't already done that, please jump back and do that. You'll see when I jump into the app here, I've got some tabs up at the top: new threads, later, and drafts and items. So new threads, those are conversations within a channel. You can see your channels down here, almost midway down the screen. And those show up in two different ways. There's this little lock symbol, and then if I scroll down further, there's this hashtag symbol. The hashtag means that this channel is open to everybody on the team, and then the lock screen means, or the lock symbol next to the channel means that there are only certain team members on that channel. The reason that there are only certain team members on those channels is because if you're not assigned to that wedding, there's absolutely no reason for you to be on that channel. It just clutters up your feed and is confusing. So let's jump into availability first, because that is one of the main reasons we are using the Slack tool. And let's jump in there and see what it looks like. So let's take a look at this most recent one. Let's actually scroll back a little bit. I want to highlight this one because it shows a little bit of a difference in the feature. So I try to be very standard when I send these out so that it's easy for you guys to follow and you know exactly what to do. You can see I have symboled the whole channel, and that just gives you that double check notification. Hey team, availability check-in. Here's the date, the location, the estimated times, and the estimated services. If there's any other notes on this wedding that I know at the time or that I think might be important to you, I try to let you know. Now, you'll see right underneath the message, there's Misty's little icon and Kaya's little icon. So they replied within the thread. So what they did when they replied to this is they clicked on the message, and then they actually replied to it here, which is what I would prefer. It is not the end of the world if you do it the other way, but this is just a really nice tool, and it keeps everything very, very concise so that we're not looking in two places. Now, you'll see that Autumn and LaDonna replied to this message outside of the thread. That is no big deal. The only time this becomes an issue is when we have multiple inquiries coming in one day. It can get a little confusing. So if you just remember, so I could type right here, right? That's going to reply outside of the thread. But if I click on the message and then I reply, that's within the thread. So that would be my preference. If you guys can remember to do that, that would be great. So this is what the availability requests look like, or the availability check-ins look like. I do ask that you reply within 24 hours. That allows me to get back to our bride within 48 hours. That ensures that, we're providing good customer service to our guests. The other thing that you can let me know is sometimes, for example, sometimes you might be available on a date, but let's say the wedding, it's a later one and maybe it doesn't get over till 4. Well, I know, for example, that on Saturday evenings, Kaya has to work at a different job. And so she's not available. So she might jump in here and she might say, hey, I'm available this date, but not for this one because I can't work that late. So then I would still mark her off on my list as saying she's available in case another wedding comes in. She would be available to take that booking. She just might not be available for this one. So it's always okay to let me know that. And you can reply however you want to. You can say, usually we're saying available or not available. Sometimes people are saying I am or I'm not, but it seems to be available or not available seems to be kind of the standard reply, or I'm available. So any way that you want to let me know, but like I said, within 24 hours is what I request so that I can get back to our brides quickly. Okay, so that's availability. That is our major channel. That is the one you're going to be wanting to check in daily. So that you can make sure that you're getting as many bookings as you want. You'll see a few more kind of more general channels down here that are not bride related. Comp letters, that comes out once a year. Those are your compensation letters. General info, Makeup, we have a makeup channel for all the makeup artists. This is where we're just sharing information. We did a photo shoot in 2024, so this has got some information on that. And then you'll see the Slack tutorials info. This is a newer app that we're using, so there is some cool information in there that you might want to check out. The other place we're going to go really quick is we're going to go to direct messages. Kaya and I direct message each other the most because she's our in-resident writing guru, I guess I would say. So just this is where she and I can communicate on projects that we're working on, all of these things. So we're just writing back and forth. It isn't related to a particular bride or a particular wedding or another channel if you need to send me a message or if you want to send someone else a message. Like maybe LaDonna did something really cool at the last wedding and you wanted to ask her about it, you could do that there. So that's how direct messages worked. And then let's jump up to these actual wedding channels. So you're always going to see the date, and then you will see the bride's first name and last name. You will be able to find that corresponding project in Honeybook. We're not going over that. That's in a separate channel or in a separate video, but you will be able to find that in your Honeybook app as well by their name or by their date. So some of the information is there. In Honeybook, you're going to have your booking agreements and your wedding day details like the location. In here, you're going to have more of day-to-day conversation about the wedding, any inspo photos, schedule, like the day of detailed schedule, phone number, all of that stuff. You're going to know who's on your team in this app. So let me see here. Oh, let's go to Hannah Farron because I know there's some good stuff in here. Okay. So Hannah Farron, we've been working with Hannah for a little bit. She's had a trial. She's done all sorts of things. So this one has a lot of information in it. So her wedding is on 6/15/24. Name Hannah Farron. You'll see her phone number at the top. And then you'll see I added Misty to the channel. I let Misty know that she has a booking agreement. So Hannah booked a lot with us. She booked she booked a trial, she booked a rehearsal dinner, and she booked her actual wedding with us. So Misty and I have had a lot of back and forth communication in here. You'll kind of see that going on. This is where I was confirming Hannah's trial. So if you have a trial scheduled, I will confirm it through here. That used to happen through text. Nothing is happening through text anymore. This is taking the place. So I did get some inspiration photos, so I went ahead and uploaded those for Misty so that she would have them. Then Misty did the trial. She uploaded the color match for her extensions in here and some photos from the trial so I could send them over. And she made a few notes for me. So those are all in there. And then let's see here. Okay. And then we haven't sent out the day of schedule yet because it's not quite time for that. So let's go look in one that has the day of schedule sent out. Let's see. I want to go to one where, okay, let's go to Kristen Garner. This one's kind of the best. Okay. For this. So wedding week on the Monday, typically on the Monday, sometimes it'll be Tuesday, but typically it's on the Monday. I will send this out the Monday of wedding week. So, this one is with this this one was with Kaya and Misty. So I tagged channel. You can also see that schedule is showing up as highlighted. That's because I have that as a keyword. So good morning, ladies. I'm excited to work with you. Here's the schedule. I won't any longer be putting the date or name because the date and the name is on the channel. And I'm trying to work a little bit smarter and save myself some time. So if there is a carpool time or a meeting in the parking lot time because it's a new venue and we don't know, or sometimes if we go to the Crescent Hotel, we meet in the parking lot because the elevator takes a long time if we're going up to like one of the penthouses. So just know that sometimes I'll put a time in there. Sometimes that will apply to only the Eureka folks if it's a carpool time, if there's other people on the wedding. But just so you guys know how that kind of looks, I will always ask you to confirm receipt. Sometimes life gets lost in internet space and I just need to make sure that everyone has seen the schedule and knows where they're supposed to be. So this image will be the schedule. You can see it's Kristen. You can see the names of the artists at the top. Sorry, it's a little blurry. I uploaded this one as a screenshot and I shouldn't have. I should have just uploaded it as a PNG and I made that mistake. So anyway, on the left, you can see the times. You can see in a column format. You can see what services you're scheduled on, how much time you have for each person. Sometimes hair people, my hair ladies and gents, when I get some gents back on the team, you'll see like a T, an L, or a C next to their name. That means thick, T for thick, L for long, C for curly. Okay, just so you guys know what that means. If that's in there, that's just our notes. That sometimes I give you a little bit more time if their hair's super long, or if it's super thick, or if it's curly, just because it takes a little bit more time. So anyway, that's on there. You can see the replies. So you can see that we're just getting used to the app. So we missed the original confirmation. So I just checked in a few days later. They both replied to me. We got it. Perfect. And then, we were just playing around with the app a little bit the other day, so I have a testing in there. But anyway, that's how to navigate through these channels. Like I said, you won't have this many channels. You will have only the weddings that you're working on. You'll have availability and then a couple of those more general channels. So here's to Slack. I hope you enjoy.